Alrighty. All due respect, Alphino would have you and Yugiri depart for Revenant's Toll without delay. It's past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalon which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaffborn on your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Menphilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting tie should stand the Domans in good stead for which is to come. Safe travels, Giuliabella. Slaffborn. Slaffborn. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, providing they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slaffborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We're both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slaffborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. Seven hells, Giuliabella. What are you wasting your time with me? See them to the rising stones. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the rising stones anon. Beep bop boop 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 beep bop 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 boop 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 beep bop 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 boop 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 beep beep bop bop boop boop boop. Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they have yielded naught. We would preserve, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved? I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Blah, 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 blah. Lady Yugiri is here? Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that the Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, please, pray speak with Slaffborn, Lady Ugary, Giuliabella. Lemon and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Y'shtola should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival? Well, yes, I'd love to speak with Y'shtola. What say you, Y'shtola?
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a Efreet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. and I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
And Philia wishes to share some final words on the coming missions prior to departing for Limsa. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse would be face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Well, yeah, there wouldn't be much of a game here if we're talking about Leviathan and we didn't actually fight Leviathan. Like, oh well, we dodged that bullet, guys. Yet so long as there's even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time and doubtless will have valuable information to share. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Proceed to the command room? Why, yes. Yes, I would love to go to the command room. One second. I want to move around a little bit and see how this looks. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. What am I doing? Beep bop boop 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 beep bop boop 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 beep beep. I'm doing me. Alright, Merle Werb. Welcome, friends. I take it Ishtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we do not count on the Serpent Reapers venturing as far as Thanalon to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. We're calling them fishbacks now? Okay. That's a thing. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if gods forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support. much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Venphilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn to their nature. I will say only that there are something I could see with mine own eyes. What? Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Giuliabella, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within SAP's spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falkbreda has charge of the garrison. To Aleport we go. Yes, Aleport, yes. Yes, Aleport we go. Yes, yes. Let us go to Aleport. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm doing me. What am I doing? What am I doing? Whee! Falkbreda. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Anything worth getting? No. Nope, doesn't appear so. Scouts in distress. Falkbreda is growing ever more agitated by the minute. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the SAP's spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have the orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that, and yet they're overdue. Their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their body. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. One second. I wonder why YouTube is so laggy. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense why it be so laggy all the time. Alright, what am I watching this on? 480 advanced. I want to watch it on this and see what this looks like. Okay, let's get on our chocobo and let's get moving. Let's ride. Where's the woundies? I lost my mind. Where's the woundies? Oh, there's one. I was gonna say, like, why can't I find them? Wait, what do you say? Help someone of all the times to forget the restorative. I need to get closer. Let me throw it up in the air and sprinkle you. Give you a little sprinkle dinkle. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reapers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue. I am certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Guys, it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Nope, 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 nope. I don't like what we're seeing here. Not a fan. Ooh, a Reaver. Ooh, Reavers. Can I get Vincenzo in here? Thank you. And we're going to bleed you down, and we're going to bleed you down. Oh man, I'm stunned. How many of those do I have to kill? I have to kill 5? Yucky. Oh, he's a Shelf Eye Reaver. Yuckers. Just a big yuckers. Shelf Claw Reaver. Too much. Also presence drowned ravagers. So these are dead people or? Alright, so I have to gather this motherfucker up and then gather the other motherfucker up. Sweet. I was gonna say, why? I feel like these dots used to hit harder. Now they don't really hit that harder. Maybe it's just because they're so low level. Potency 15 and 20. So they really don't. So of course you basically have 35 potency of dot every. I don't know how often, but oh, here's a 4th, and then there's one over here. We did it. We did it. Alright. Bulk Brita is not going to be happy. Listen, buddies. Ooh, Chocobo level 5. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Adventurer, ma'am. How might it be of service? Oh, it's the wrong fucking person. Go away. Your return. Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared that you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Well, here's their flowers. Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Falkbreda awaits the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage. Oh, Falkbreda is mad. Mad. She mad, boy. Thrice damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all the seven hells. Yeah, she mad. She's mad. Marweb. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance it is not. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass in the Aetherite in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we will await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have the subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Giuliabella and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion shall serve to thin the enemy defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Ugari, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take your heels and circle round to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Giuliabella. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Giuliabella? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. Let's go, Y'shtola. Let's go do some naughties to the Sahagins. Go through the first checkpoint. Wait, right here. Seems easy enough. I don't want to do this fate. Oh, where do I go now? Over here. Oh, I can blow this guy down. Easy peasy. Heal me, Vincenzo. Ooh, that was close. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. Those are not axolotls. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetherite is close at hand. Let us press on. This is cool.
I have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetherite!
Tancred's so fucking cool.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Tancred's so cool. We love him.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Does the Hagens have the echo?
Such power! It is transcendent!
hells.
He can't die?
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Oh man, there's Leviathan.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary!
It was the Ascian.
Everlasting!
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated, yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Aiming? No. Into the heart of the whirl, Merweb is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that which you may be sure. But Limlane herself would struggle the best of the Lord of the Whirl in this element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. So we're not just gonna fight him? Okay. You are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Hearthstone, it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them, that I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear themselves. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judge it best to be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. If it's that motherfucker again, swear to God, if it's that motherfucker who called him Titus. One of the company of heroes? The details are quite hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I know exactly who it is. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it is as Ishtola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not already know? And yet, having wagered limbs of survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystal, we can afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Giuliabella, seek him out and learn what he knows, and at the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lenosia. The storm private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. I know exactly who this guy is. I know who the fucking guy is. I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who it is. This is gonna be annoying as shit. It is this motherfucker. I knew it. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over the mill. Oh, motherfucker. But sir, you said that before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over the mill, and also before... Gods, man, I've worked 3 straight days without a wink of sleep. 3 days. And do you hear me complaining? Ah, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rubber stuff. All right, I'll give you what you want. Now let it be said that old Tractome ain't no generous soul. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modesty. Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. You can. The tale of Tractome's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Now Leviabetus is huge. Make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, even his scales are about as wide as me members long, and that ain't no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. It must have been the lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands in one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and I tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now there's some that say you can never truly beat Leviabetus. Now that you can never truly beat Leviabetus. To live and learn and make him the best of a bad situation. Not the company though. Whoa, it's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. My member's tiny. It's pathetic. I sure as hell didn't beat Leviabetus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. So it was a few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. It was shirking me duties one day loitering around the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared, I soiled myself right then and there. What? Oh god. Just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Oh good. Hey, wait. If you're asking here for Leviabetus, it means you're planning to fight him again, ain't you? Well, take care. He truly is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lion horse, and I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Giuliabella, this has been Philia. Were you able to learn aught against Leviathan? I beg your pardon, Leviabetus? I see, that is quite unfortunate. Anyways, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at Murabi Dry Docks. Please make your way here as soon as you're able. Alright, back to the dry docks. Leviabetus. Leviabetus. I am told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the horror leader, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prestigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The horror leader and his crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Alright, let's get to the queue for this. I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the horror leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she is capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Nuldik and Families are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ishtola, I will have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers, but by your leave, I too will volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Safta, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ishtola, if you would join the third levy, and Lady Yukari, the fifth. But what words would I have for a woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Giuliabella. May the crystal bless and keep you. I'm going to say, just let me queue. Alright. We will queue next time. So, thanks for stopping by, and we will continue this fun with Leviathan tomorrow, I suppose. So, thank you so much.